Hello there, welcome to episode 99 of Juan on One Coaching. If this is your first time visiting, thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you hear in the next few minutes and share with somebody. Share what you're thinking, share the insights that come to mind, and let me know if there's anything you want to hear me talk about. Today, I wanted to share a quick idea or concept that came to me as I was replacing the thermostat. Last night I came back with a new thermostat. It was one of those digital things. It's not a fancy Nest and smart thermostat. It's just digital, but a programmable thermostat that I wanted to install and replace the old one because the screen was going bad on this one. And then it wasn't really functioning. The fan was coming on, or no, the fan wasn't coming on. I had to manually start the fan, but the AC would not come on. And it was about 86 degrees in the house, and evidently we wanted to have a cooler house, just a little bit cooler, not too cold and not too warm. And I started the process of replacing it. And part of the problems there was, how do the cables go? How do you connect it? I had to screw holes on the wall so I could reset the new format of the new thermostat. I had to learn where the cables went in the AC unit, and I had to plug back in a new cable because the new one needed one more connection than the prior one. Once I installed it, I realized that the fan was coming on, and it was on. We left it on for maybe an hour and a half, and then we realized, well, the temperature is not going down. And that's because the AC compressor wasn't coming on. So then I have to go and research, okay, what could be the issue? I had to test the cables in a thermostat to make sure that the electricity was flowing through. I realized one of them wasn't. So then I had to go to the AC unit again and figure out if the cables in the unit were actually functioning. I realized one of the cables came loose, so I plugged it back in. Once I did that, then everything came back on and it worked perfectly. Now, the relation of this experience to the process of job applications or the recruiting process in general is because I realized that observing how the person performs in such a problem solving scheme is much more meaningful than listing all these accomplishments that allegedly someone has or does, and that apparently those accomplishments are going to determine that the person can do the job. Many times I've actually hired people that had a very nice resume but just couldn't do the work. I've worked with people that could pass exams left and right but couldn't do the job. I've worked with other people that have titles that don't really know anything about the situation, and they just manage to connect with the right individuals and get things done. And they take all the credit, but they're actually not doing any of the job. So it's been an interesting experience to see how resumes and role descriptions seem to be a description of someone that's a PhD, and you need like a PhD in all these different areas to be able to perform at this role. But don't forget, I mean, replacing a thermostat isn't really that hard. It's not that challenging for many. But think about the situation and the context. I don't know electricity. I don't know how the current flows through the circuitry and the board of the AC unit. I don't know where the cables are coming and why the cables are a certain way and should be a certain way. And I didn't know any of that. I didn't know how to connect the thermostat, right? I had the instructions. I had YouTube. YouTube is the one that helped me figure out what I needed to check when the AC wasn't coming on. I had articles, and then I had my curiosity to learn something new. And I wasn't frustrated. I simply approached it and said, you know, what I really want is a cooler house, less humidity. I want this thing to go on, and I want to be able to control the temperature of the AC when I need to. That's what I really wanted. And my problem was that I didn't know how to connect the new thermostat, and then it wasn't really coming on, and then I didn't know how to test the cables, but I figured all that stuff out. Now, transfer that approach to a workplace. Wouldn't that be much more useful when you are actually trying to figure out if someone is able to do the job or not, or at least be able to problem solve and figure it out? That's really where it was interesting. I didn't need to be an expert in anything. I just needed to know where to get stuff. And I think I finally got the example that says in the book Think and Grow Rich of specialized knowledge. Yes, specialized knowledge helps us get many things. I mean, it helps us be successful, but we don't have to be the experts on everything. We simply need to know where to get the information, who to talk to, and what are the connections that we need to make in order for things to happen. Um, but an interesting way to think about it. Let me know if that gives you any ideas. How would you have done it? How would you approach it? Would you have hired somebody? Would you have just let it be? Would you have taken a course just to figure it out? What would you have done to let it know? And let me know. Send me an email. Share this with someone else if you found that interesting, and let me know if you want me to talk into something else, into a different subject, something that's frustrating you. In the meantime, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.